Thank you. Good evening, everyone. All
Good
right, I
evening.
am going to share my screen. Let's do that. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, great. All right. So this evening we are looking at take the lead on your health, and we are focusing on men. Simply because very often we lose our men, and that is just a sad situation. There are many homes that are without men, not because they deliberately left, but because they died. Many men are not able to take care of their families because they are disabled. And this was a very interesting research for me to do. And one of the things that maybe many of us know is that even as babies, boys are more delicate than girls. And so this evening, we want to just focus on the men. And I am hoping that there are a lot of men here. As usual, you always have more women than men, and very likely it is the same this evening. So how many men do we have here this evening? Caleb. Is Caleb a man? Kalik? Brother Woods? Danny Major. Welcome, Danny. Danny is my
Thank
longtime friend
you.
from college days. Nice. So thanks for coming. Ian is here. Hope I'm not meeting any of the men. Sometimes you have some unisex names, so if there is any man whose name I don't call, let me know. I don't know, McDermott is a last name or is it a man? Neville, Ronald, Samuel, Wilbur, Yardman. Oh man, is that a man too? Okay, but I want to just say a special welcome to all of the men. And I hope that this evening you will allow the ladies to rest and you will participate, okay? Because so often it is the ladies that are leading out, but we really want to hear you, men. Okay. Sorry about that. All right. I'd like to bring our minds to 1 Corinthians 6:19 to 20. And it's talking about stewardship of the body. Do you not know that your bodies are temples of the Holy Spirit? Therefore, honor God with your bodies. And this is my encouragement to the men. I want you to start thinking more seriously about this text. Your bodies belong to God. He has loaned it to you, and you are a steward of it. So I'm starting with a little icebreaker. I have 10 quick questions that I want you to answer. And yeah, let's see how much you know about yourselves, men. True or false? Heart disease is the number one killer of men worldwide. Just guess. Any man can respond. I don't want to call on the women. Men, I want you to respond. Is this true or false? Isn't there one man that is willing to guess? Can they open their mics, Jackie?
Yes, they can. They can open their mics or they
Yes,
can type in the
that's
chat.
true. That's true.
That's
I put
true.
it in
So
the chat.
true.
Thank
That's
you.
true.
Thank you. All right, good. Let's see. True. Cardiovascular disease accounts for a massive portion of male deaths, often with no previous symptoms. That's serious, right? Okay. What is considered a hazardous waist measurement for men? 35 inches, 37 inches, or 40 inches? What do you think, men? Or what do you know?
40 and beyond.
40 and beyond? Okay,
Mhm.
that is close.
Or-
Anybody else?
Mhm.
Is everybody agreeing with Danny?
Yes, I agree. It's 40.
Okay.
Yes,
You
my wife said it's true.
You're not exactly wrong, but they actually have it as 37 inch, and I guess that's just close. They kind of don't want you to reach to 40 at all. So they have a 37-inch waist measured at the belly button. So if you measure at the belly button, it should not, it should be less than 37. It increases risk of heart disease, diabetes, and cancer. So men, we want you now to start watching your waist. And I'm sure some of you have been doing that already, right? Okay,
Yeah.
true or false? Men are less likely to visit the doctor than women. Men?
Very
Oh,
true.
yeah.
That's
Very
true.
That
much
is
so.
true. That is so true.
Yep.
We
All
are
right,
guilty.
true. Men are roughly half as likely as women to go to the doctor over a 2-year period. Oh my goodness. All right. How many years can a healthy lifestyle, diet, exercise, no smoking add to a man's life? 5 years, 14 years, 20 years?
5.
One. You say 5?
I
Anybody else?
said 20.
You say 20?
I
Anybody else?
said 20.
Okay.
14.
14.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Fun fact, the combo of not smoking, no alcohol, balanced diet, and being active adds roughly 14 years. Now, I want to be
Yeah,
very
yeah,
honest
yeah.
with this research. Actually, it said for 14 years, it said alcohol in moderation. So I believe that the no alcohol would actually add 20 years. If the,
There you go.
you see?
There you go. There you
So,
go. There you go. There you
yeah,
go. There you
okay.
go.
Okay. Which of these is a typical behavioral sign of depression in men? Expressing sadness, anger, and irritability, seeking counseling immediately. Which one would you choose, man?
Hmm.
Anger and irritability.
Okay. Anybody
Anger
agree
and
with it?
irritability.
B. Yeah, correct. Yeah. I'm going to irritability.
You
Yeah.
know yourselves. You know, men.
Yeah.
Okay.
Girl
Men
express
are
that.
more likely to express depression through lashing out rather than talking about it. Women
That's
are the
correct.
ones who express sadness. So yeah, or seek counseling immediately. Men
Mhm.
you have to beg them. True or false? Men can get breast cancer.
That's
True.
true.
Yes, yes.
That is true.
Right. Okay.
True.
Might be a small percentage, but it's true.
Yeah, men can get breast cancer, and due to lack of awareness, they often have a higher mortality rate than women. So they are saying that because men are not really aware of it, there are more men that die from breast cancer than women. And I guess that's because women keep checking up on their health too. How many of your daily servings of veggies should men aim for? One, at least 5, 10. What do you think?
I would say at least 5.
At least 5.
At least I do 2, so I don't know.
Okay,
5.
no,
At least 5.
yeah,
3.
at least 5. A balanced diet is crucial for maintaining energy and reducing cancer risk. So yes, at least 5, okay? True or false? A 25-minute walk daily can add years to a man's life.
That is so true.
True.
True, true.
That is true, true, true.
All
I'm
right.
getting ready to do my walk just now.
Okay. True. Just a brisk walk daily can add approximately 7 years to your life, man.
Amen.
Please, if you're not doing it,
Claim it, claim it.
start it. Yes, yes. Men die from suicide at a higher rate than women. True or false?
No, no, no.
True.
Hmm?
No, 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 no.
True.
No,
Say
no,
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 no. I don't
no.
believe that one. I don't believe that one.
You don't believe that one, Brother Wilbur?
I do
We,
not believe it.
we
No.
don't do those things.
No,
Oh,
no, no, no,
okay.
no, 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 no. No, that ain't ring no
All
Yep.
bell to
right.
me at all.
Let us see what the truth is. Men die from
Yep.
suicides over 3.5 times more often than women.
Women.
In
Do
what
you know
country?
why?
In what country?
A man, no, well, yes, that's true. It is actually the research shows that it's when it comes to race, the white people and let me see, white and
White and yellow.
native Indians
Yeah,
are
white and yellow.
at the top, Hispanic, Asians, and Black are at the bottom. So it is true that, like there is something showing that Black men don't really indulge much, but the actually young Black men are like, it's getting more for them. They're increasing in this suicide thing. But one of the reasons why this happens is because when a man decides to commit suicide, he will just put a gun to his head. And women kind of think about, things that won't, like that actually, when they do it, they end up surviving. But men, when men do it, that's it.
Figure themselves
Just
out.
done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. What is a surprisingly common non-deadly cause of men needing to pee more often? Is it caffeine addiction, enlarged prostate, drinking too much water?
D.
Huh?
Enlarged prostate.
B. Enlarged
Prostate.
prostate.
Yeah.
Yes, that is true.
B.
That is true. An enlarged prostate is very common as men age. But notice it says it's a common non-cancerous condition in men where the prostate gland enlarges as they age, typically after age 50. All right. Purposeful living. 1 Corinthians. Men, thank you so much for participating. Women, wasn't it just nice to hear men talking so much? Wasn't it? Oh my
Yes, it was
goodness.
awesome.
Thank
They
you,
did
men.
a good job. I'm so proud of them.
Oh, yes, yes, I am too. Purposeful
Hey.
living. Whether you eat or drink or whatever you do it all for the glory of God. 1 Corinthians 10, verse 31. All right, so why focus on men's health? The reality is that on average, men die about 5 years earlier than women. My mom is actually alive 25 years after my father died. The cause? Many top health challenges, heart disease, cancer, diabetes are largely preventable. The goal? Shift from toughing it out to taking charge. The key message is to be proactive, not reactive. So if you're going to be proactive, men, we want you to stop, toughing it out and taking charge of your health. That means that you indulge in preventative measures rather than being reactive for waiting until something is wrong. Something goes wrong, and then that's the time you're going to go to the doctor. No, we don't want you to wait. We want you to be proactive. The top health risk, heart disease, is the #1 killer of men. Prostate and lung cancer are leading causes of death. Unintentional injuries, accidents are a major cause of mortality. Mental health, men are 4 times more likely to die by suicide than women. So 3.5, they've rounded it up to 4. Essential preventative measures. Know your numbers. Regular checkups for blood pressure, cholesterol, and blood sugar. Screening. Start prostate cancer screening as recommended, age 40 to 50, based on risk. And listen, sometimes, just like some women with breast cancer, with having to do the mammogram, they don't want to do it because they don't really want to know. But it is best if you know. Please do not be afraid. These screenings sometimes can be uncomfortable. But if you do it, at least you would be staying on top of your health. And if something is wrong, it can be corrected. I have friends who have survived prostate cancer because they are checking on themselves and making sure that, any signs of this is that they are caught early. Okay, so I don't necessarily encourage vaccinations, but if you are one of those persons who have no problem with vaccinations, just keep up to date with the flu and tetanus shots. Family history. Know your family's health history to identify risk early. A lot of times women know their family's health history and the men don't really know because you don't go and, like question people and check it out and so on. So let me see. How many men here know of your family's health history? Because I know there are exceptions to the rule at times. Any man here know of your family's health history? Yes? No?
Yes.
Great. All right. So if you don't, it's time to start learning about it. Simple lifestyle habits. Somebody was going to say something?
Yeah, I was going to say I know, but I don't share it with my doctor because they tag
Okay.
you.
So, I
So
see.
you got to be aware and be fearful of tagging in the medical industry.
But the thing is that though, so the advantage is that if they know, they will also make sure to check to make sure that you're okay. So it's not necessarily good to hide it from them because if they are aware, then they will care more. But if they are not aware, you can just slip out of their fingers like that. So I don't know that it's such a good idea to hide it because even if they tag you, they don't really know you. I mean, they're not coming home with you and in your community with you or so on to tell everybody, and they can't tell your business anyway. But at least let them be aware so that they can check up on you.
They use your history for tagging. That's what I'm saying.
To do what? Say that again?
They,
Yes, that's
they,
what I'm
they
saying.
use your history
Oh,
for tagging you.
maybe I
So it's
should
not that you
ask
want to hide
you,
it from them, but you got to
maybe,
be careful if you know how the system is working. You got to be very cautious in what you say to them because they will use it against you eventually.
Brother Wilbur, can you explain what you mean by tag?
It's in your like, for example, when I say tagging, the tagging means that they are using your history to prescribe certain, let me say, conditions or anticipation of conditions that they expect from you. Because it runs here like high blood pressure or diabetes. No.
But
It
they
may
couldn't
run in
give
the
you
family,
diabetic medication if you don't have it. If your blood
correct.
doesn't show
But
that, then yeah.
okay, but follow
Okay,
what I'm
but I
saying.
understand. I guess I understand what you're saying, but
Yeah,
that's not supposed to happen, really. But I do understand what you're saying. Thank you, Brother Wilbur, for sharing. Okay, move more. Aim for 30 minutes of moderate activity, 4 to 6 times a week. Eat smart. Prioritize whole foods, vegetables, lean protein if you eat meat. Limit sugar and alcohol. And yes, you might wonder, okay, we're Seventh-day Adventists. Why does she put in alcohol or meat? There are many Seventh-day Adventists who do have alcohol in moderation. So I didn't choose to leave it out, just in case any of those persons are here. I'm not judging anybody. I'm just looking after everyone, looking out for everyone, okay? So when it says move more and aim for 30 minutes of moderate activity 4 to 6 times a week, it is important for you to make sure that you don't say, oh, I don't have enough time to get in my exercise. Where are my days are so busy? Where am I going to put this in? Please make time. Make time. Don't just be sitting all day long and not doing anything. Take your wife or whoever you live in your household with and go walking, do your exercise, make it fun to take care of your health. Or if you live alone, have friends that will walk with you. Sometimes there are some people who have actually met their partners by going walking, going exercising, and getting to know people. Quit smoking or vaping. Smoking damages nearly every organ. So if you don't do it, share it with your friends. Manage stress. Find healthy outlets, exercise, hobbies, talking to friends, manage stress, men. I worked with men only for 3 years. And I realized that men do not manage stress very well. At least I'm sure that there are exceptions to the rule, but in general, they just stuff it. You know, guys came into my office and they were like, I am just crying, crying, crying all the time. And I don't know why, because I used to use drugs and I know can't get it here because I was working in the prison, of course. And they can't get it. And now all the emotions are coming out and they don't know what to do with it. So men are always trying to find a way to hide from the stress and not using the emotions that the Lord has given you to use. And I know that you might have been raised being told that a man does not show emotions. That is not fair to you. Stop allowing people to rob you of what God has given you. Notice how women are healthier and they live longer because they get to express their emotions freely and society has given them permission. Well, I am giving you permission and you need to give yourself permission and not care about what people are going to say. When you have to express your emotions, express it in a healthy way, but express it, okay? Healing and wellness. Beloved, I pray that all may go well with you and that you may be in good health as it goes well with your soul. And this comes from 3 John 1 verse 2. This is what God is saying to you, men. He wants you to be healthy and he wants you to take charge of your health. Now let's look at some age-specific concerns. Men, I'm going to give you permission that if something I say you want to respond, just stop me and respond, okay? I'm all for it. I love hearing you talk and I want to hear you talk. 20s, 30s, focus on developing healthy habits and screening for testicular cancer. That's very important. 40s plus, monitor testosterone levels, which may decline, affecting mood and libido, and watch for belly fat. You know, men go through a similar thing that women go through with getting this belly fat. We're going to look at testosterone more in a few minutes. 50s plus, increase focus on low impact exercise for strength and balance. Safety and habits, quit smoking, avoid alcohol, use safety gear like seat belts and helmets. You know, guess what? Maybe you use your seat belts because it is against the law and you can actually get a ticket or get into trouble for not wearing your seat belts. I don't know if this happens everywhere, but it happens here in the United States. No. But men, because you are so much braver than women, you take risks sometimes. And I am asking you, please, to be careful. Think of, like protecting yourselves. Whenever you're going to do anything that has any risk involved, please use all the safety precautions because the women do not want to live in houses devoid of men. Neither do we want to live in communities devoid of men. We love men. We want to have you around. And we do not want to be losing you because you choose to live a really risky life. Okay? Now take action today. Make the call, book that annual physical checkup. Speak up, discuss mental health and physical issues with a doctor. That's what we're going to do next week. We're going to talk about mental health. This week, we're looking at the physical. Don't tough it out. Seeking help is a sign of strength, not weakness. I know a lot of times we think about things in a backward way in this world, but seeking help is a sign of strength because you are seeking to preserve yourself. You want to preserve your life. And while you live, you want to have an excellent quality of life. So seek help. Show that you are strong. Small, consistent changes create a healthier, longer life. Okay? So, men, that's what we want you to do. Selected Messages, Book 2, page 346 says, When we do all we can on our part to have health, then may we expect that the blessed results will follow, and we can ask God in faith to bless our efforts for the preservation of health. So when was the last time you had a checkup? Are there men here who you have like your yearly check?
Yes, we do.
Nice.
But the doctors don't stay too long.
The doctors don't do what?
They don't stay in the office too long. Every 3 years or 2 years they're gone.
Oh, you
So you
mean
gotta
to
be
sit
careful
and
of that.
talk with you?
No, well, absolutely. Well, doctors come and go. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, so there are
So they
different
don't
doctors.
stay too long, and therefore
Yeah.
the process of getting familiar with a doctor and is very short.
Yeah, I understand. Yes. But I think, but you know what you really need them to do is to do all the tests. So even if it's a new doctor and they do what they're supposed to do, that's important. But I totally know what you mean, Brother Wilbur, because when I was in Jamaica, I used to have a doctor that stayed long, and he was such an excellent person, took time out with every client. Normalize preventive care. See a primary care physician for a baseline, not just when you are sick. So it means, to have that regular check. Don't wait until you are sick. Keep checking on yourself at least once per year. Create safe spaces. Talk about symptoms like urinary changes, low libido, or persistent low mood. Know your numbers. Keep track of your blood pressure, BMI, and cholesterol levels. It's very important. We don't want any surprises. What does testosterone do for men? Testosterone is the primary male sex hormone essential for developing masculine characteristics, maintaining muscle mass, bone density, libido, sex drive, sperm production, and red blood cell production. It regulates fat distribution, energy levels, and mood, with levels naturally peaking in young adulthood and declining gradually with age. So just like women with estrogen, testosterone behaves the same. Key roles of testosterone in men. Sexual and reproductive health. It drives the sexual desire, which is the libido, aids erectile function, and is necessary for spermatogenesis, which is sperm production. So you want to make sure that you have a healthy testosterone levels, and we'll talk about that. Physical development and structure. Promotes muscle strength and mass. It increases bone density and the strength of the bone, and it encourages fat distribution. Masculine traits, so that facilitates hair growth, like facial and body hair, causes the deepening of the voice during puberty. So you see how important testosterone is for human. Metabolism and energy, it supports overall metabolic function, energy levels, and mental focus. So you know definitely that when something's going wrong, you probably need to check up on the testosterone level. If you don't have enough energy, and if you're mental, like you're losing focus, things like that. Red blood cell production promotes the production of red blood cells in your bone marrow. Now, signs of low testosterone, we call it low T. If testosterone levels are insufficient, typically below 280 to 300, men may experience low sex drive, erectile dysfunction, reduced muscle mass, increased fatigue, weight gain, depression, and low sperm count. So that is important to know, that if your testosterone levels are insufficient, so if you're experiencing any of these things, then it probably need to check up on that testosterone. Aging and testosterone. Testosterone levels naturally drop by about 1 to 2% a year, beginning in the 40s. This decrease can sometimes lead to lower energy, loss of muscle mass, and lowered libido. So sometimes, Women who are ignorant might give a man a hard time if his libido is low. So women, take note so that you know men do have similar experiences to women when their testosterone is low, and you probably can tell them that they need to check up on this. And men, I'm going to encourage you not to be afraid or embarrassed to check on these things, because if you stay away from checking and so that you can fix it, then that may cause you greater embarrassment. Because I know you all have a very healthy ego and you want to be thought the best of at all times. So do what is necessary to take care of yourselves. Potential effects of excessively high testosterone. Naturally high levels are rare, but elevated levels from supplementation can cause side effects. You know, sometimes men take supplements to increase their testosterone, and it is saying that it shouldn't be too high. It can cause acne, high red blood cell count, and that risk the blood clots, mood swings, aggression, gynecomastia, which is breast tissue growth. So taking extra testosterone, if you don't need it, can cause you to start having breasts looking like women. So be careful with those supplements. Now, how should a man monitor his testosterone level? He should monitor it by looking at the levels by getting a blood test, ideally between 7 a.m. and 10 a.m. That's when the levels are highest. Serum tests measuring total and free testosterone are the gold standard for detecting symptoms like fatigue, low libido, or muscle loss. A normal range is generally a normal testosterone range from other adult men. Oh, sorry, repeat that. It's generally 300 to 1,000 nanograms per deciliter. Optimal range, while 300 to 1,000 is standard, optimal levels are often considered to be in the 400 to 900 range. Low T threshold, this is the American Association that looks at these kind of health things, forget all the name, defines low testosterone, hypogonadism as a total testosterone level below 300 nanograms per deciliter. All right, now age-related norms. Looking at this, you'll see like your age and how much is normal for you, the level of your testosterone. 20 to 39 years, 300 to 1,000. 40 to 49 years, 252 to 916. 50 to 59 years, 215 to 878. 60 to 69 years, 196 to 859. 70 to 79 years, 156 to 819. You can do your own research to see at your age what is the norm for you, and yeah, check up to make sure that like you're in the range that you're supposed to be. So key aspects of monitoring testosterone. When to test. Always test in the morning before 10 a.m. because levels follow a circadian rhythm and decline throughout the day. Now, what do you measure? Request both total and free testosterone for a comprehensive picture. Free testosterone represents the active unbound form that isn't attached to proteins. The optimal timing for men under 45, morning tests are crucial. For those over 45, tests can be done slightly later, but morning is still best. And I wanted to know why. So I checked this out. It says under 45, peak sensitivity. Younger men experience a sharp decrease in total testosterone after 9 to 10 a.m. Testing later can lead to falsely low readings and misdiagnosis. So if you are in that younger age group and you have tested your testosterone in the afternoon or after 9 to 10, and you got it low readings, maybe it's because of the time that you did it. So you probably should go back and check again. Over 45, stabilize levels. As men age, the diurnal effect, that is daytime fluctuation, decreases, meaning that your testosterone levels are more stable throughout the day once you reach 45, okay? Retesting. So since levels can fluctuate, doctors often advise conducting at least 2 tests separated by weeks or months for a true baseline. Regardless of age, to achieve the most accurate reading, you should avoid heavy exercise the day before and ensure adequate sleep, as poor sleep can temporarily lower testosterone levels. So you see how important sleep is? So those of you men who are going to bed late, you need to start going to your bed on time. You need to make sure you get enough sleep so that your testosterone level will be in the normal range. Now, what to ask for? A comprehensive panel is good. It often includes tests from follicle stimulating hormone, luteinizing hormone. Both hormones are produced by the pituitary gland. And looking at these hormones give information about brain signals. Sex hormone binding, globulin binding protein, and estradiol, estrogen, as well as hematocrit check if you are on therapy. So this is what you can ask for, a comprehensive panel. Actionable tips. If you have symptoms such as erectile dysfunction, low energy, or depression, consult a doctor to order a lab test rather than relying solely on at-home kits, which can be less accurate. So, men, I know that this area can be very embarrassing for men, but one of the things that I always find is that if we are too embarrassed to expose certain information to the people who should know so that we can get help, we actually keep ourselves in that, I would say, on the road for embarrassment all the time. We actually put ourselves in a situation where we cannot get help and we always have to be hiding, you know? And if you have erectile dysfunction, it is best to be very honest about it. And if you are planning to get married, don't lie. Please do not lie to your wife. Eventually, you will end up losing the woman if you don't get some help. So please be very honest. Take care of yourself first before you go into that marriage. Let her know about it. And if you're in the marriage and this happens to you, don't hide it from your wife. Learn about it. Educate yourself on it. Educate your wife on it so that you can both work together to get back everything to normal. Because things can fix, you know. The body is made to repair itself if it gets the right help. So what are some of the things that causes low testosterone? Lifestyle, obesity. Obesity. You know, there are a lot of men walking around with what looks like a pregnant belly. I'm not trying to embarrass anybody. I'm just trying to be honest. It can interfere with your testosterone. You don't want to have a low testosterone that you can't function the way you ought to. So if you see the signs of that belly coming or the excess fat, just what you're eating, what you're sleeping, because you know that you can gain weight from not sleeping well. So what you're sleeping, do your exercise, do what is necessary to make sure that you can be in good health. You know, obesity definitely will lower your testosterone. So obesity, poor sleep, excessive alcohol consumption, for anybody who does that, hopefully nobody here. But if you do, you know, just watch yourself. Health conditions, diabetes or chronic illness. And all of this comes down to lifestyle as well. It's what you're eating, you know, like sometimes people just love to eat a lot of chips and it's salty. And because of taste, we just give in to all of those things and all the things that we're not supposed to eat, a lot of sweets and cake and pastry and so on. And people don't take time out to prepare your food at home so you can take it to you. So you eat out. Men eat out a lot. I am hoping that that you here, men, if you live alone, make the sacrifice to prepare your meals. And if you live with a wife or other family members, then, like, let them help you. Don't say you can't, you don't have time to prepare your meal, you have to eat out. Stop eating other people's food. You don't know what they put in it. You need to be healthy. Age. Levels naturally decline by roughly 1 to 2% after age 30 to 40. Just like, women with estrogen, the same thing happens for men. Regular monitoring, annually if you are concerned, helps determine if lifestyle changes or treatment are necessary. So if you get that regular check, you can know if your testosterone is dipping and you can learn, like what you can do to keep it in the normal range. The Ministry of Healing, page 227 says, God will not work a miracle to keep those from sickness who have no care for themselves, but are continually violating the laws of health and make no effort to prevent disease. So if we're doing that, we need to turn around, men. If that is anything that you're doing that you're not, because if we're sick innocently and we ask the Lord for a miracle, it's easier for him to work it that time because he knows that we are working with him and the sickness came innocently. Psalm 103, 3 and 4 says, He it is who forgiveth all thine iniquities, who healeth all thy diseases, who redeemeth thy life from destruction, who crowneth thee with loving kindness and tender mercies. This is the God we serve. And finally, Exodus 15, verse 26 says, He said, If you will listen carefully to the voice of the Lord your God and do what is right in his sight, obeying his commands and keeping all his decrees, then I will not make you suffer any of the diseases I sent on the Egyptians, for I am the Lord who heals you. These are promises from the Bible that we want to be able to claim. So, men, now that I've shared with you all this information, what do you have to say for yourself? Have you
We're living
learned?
good.
Pardon?
We're trying to live good.
You're trying to live good? Okay. Has any one of you men learned anything that you didn't know? Speak up now. Don't be afraid to share.
Like the men gone out, man. Like the men run away.
The men are gone? I don't think so.
The men run away.
Hello, am I being heard?
Yes, Daniel, go ahead.
Oh, it's now working. Okay. Well, I heard a number of things reiterated, and because I was switching between devices, I missed some of the info. So I think there were some things, information that was added to the little that I had. So I would say yes, but I couldn't give the details because in transition, I missed a little of it. But yes, there's some additional information gained.
Okay, okay. All right. Thank you so much for sharing, Daniel. I want to hear another man's voice. Don't be leaving. Who here, which man here has learned something that he did not know that has motivated him that this is something that he needs to do?
I have. About sleeping.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for sharing, Yardman. Yeah, it's important. I think sometimes, a lot of times women talk a lot about estrogen and menopause and so on, but men do not. Maybe some men don't know that they go through the similar things that women go through,
Mm.
and that they are prone also to put on weight once the testosterone starts getting low. The challenges that they have as well, just similar to women. And I hope maybe there are some women here too who are learning something new that they can be more helpful to men. I must make a confession myself. This research has helped me to decide that I'm no longer going to give men a hard time about their belly, except I know that they are not, except I know that they're really not taking care of themselves. But
Amen.
now that I realize that the low testosterone can also cause you to put on weight, I'll just encourage. I'll just encourage,
Amen.
I won't give you too much of a hard time.
Yeah.
'Cause
I put in the chat my sleep last night. I monitor my sleep. I
yes,
monitor my weight. I monitor my blood pressure. That's basic.
good.
So
That's
when I have
really
to go to the
important.
doctor, I monitor my meals or my diet, whatever. I monitor my exercise. So when I go to the doctor, I'm well prepared with my homework. I presented charts for my, for my blood pressure,
Yes.
for my exercise. I have photographs of my meals and stuff like that. And so I'm well prepared. And I haven't taken pills in 6 years. I tell the
Wonderful.
doctor, I am not taking pills no more. Done with it.
Good for you.
Unless it's going to save my life, then I'll give it a second thought.
Good for you. Good for you. It has to be
Yeah,
emergency, right? Okay.
definitely, man. Because I've been on this road before. I'm not going back down the road again. No, 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 no. So
Okay. Thank you so
I
much
use
for
a lot of
sharing
apps
that.
to monitor myself.
Yes. Somebody says in the chat,
Every
yes.
day I weigh myself. Every day I weigh
Every
myself.
day you weigh yourself.
Every day. Every day.
Wow.
And I
Brother
keep
Wilbur, you're
records of
conscious.
it. I keep records of it too. So when I go to the doctor, got my weight, got my every day. Don't miss a day.
Good for
Because it's
you, Brother
important.
Wilbur. Yes. Brother Wilbur, are you married? Are you married?
I didn't hear you.
I said, are you married?
I'm out of it.
Oh, you're out of it? Oh,
Yeah,
because I
I'm
was
out of
gonna
it.
say your wife should be a happy woman. But and if you ever get married again, I'm sure because yes, because at least a man who takes care of himself is making sure that he's there for himself and his family. And that's
Yeah,
wonderful.
correct. Yeah.
Okay. Somebody in the chat said prostate screening is uncomfortable, but mama and pap smears are easy. Okay. All right. Let me see what else people have said. We use family history and screening to test, not to push drugs.
Mm-hmm.
If A1C is required, we can petition the insurance to pay for it under those diagnoses instead of you paying out of pocket. This sounds like a doctor speaking. All right. Okay, so that yes. Dr. Crooks is sharing this that they use family history and screening to test, not to push drugs. Notice that they are shaped like the testicle of the male. Research if you can produce babies. Okay. Oh, figs. Oh, figs. Yes. This person is showing that the things that the vegetables and foods that look like some part of the body are good for those parts of the body. So I guess figs are good for testicles. They should get a sex binding hormone globulin testing too with free T and total. Yes, yes, that's actually in the research. I beg to disagree. Not all doctors push drugs. Some of us focus on lifestyle modifications first. However, if warranted, we add medications. Most doctors I know as an RN since 1992 push drugs as rarely even suggest alternatives or referrals to nutritionists or other specialists, but we all have opinions and live experiences. Sure, yes, that's true. Okay, there was a conversation going on here. All right. Thank you so much for the participation. Okay. Sister Jackie, are you there?
Yes, Dr. Tony, I am here. Yes, yes.
I
How are
have
you?
completed my presentation.
All right. So,
So,
wonderful, wonderful. So it is time for Q&A. We do have a little bit of time
let
before we
me stop
close, but
sharing.
before I go into the Q&A,
I can stop
I
sharing now, right?
yes, you can
Okay,
stop
great,
sharing.
great.
Dr. Tony, that was an amazing presentation. And I'm really happy that we actually did get more people to come on and hear, not where we wanted to be, but definitely about 3 times where we started. Um, I I am going to ask the tech team to show the how you donate slide. Before we go into Q&A, I just want to give a quick blurb about volunteering for Han and what we look for in terms of donations and that kind of stuff. So tech team, okay, right. So as you see right there on the screen is the multiple ways that you can donate to this ministry. As I said earlier, this is a self-supported ministry. We rely on donations to keep us going. Donations can come in many ways. It could come in financial donation. It could come through your gifts and talents. But we are always looking to improve our programming and to grow. So we're reaching homes, we're reaching families, hearts all over the world because of your generosity and because of your finance, your time, and your talent. So if you've been blessed tonight by what you heard about men's health and men's wellness, you're encouraged, or if you feel strengthened, we ask that you consider supporting Hans in 3 ways through your finances. And the screen there kind of tell you how you can do it through Zelle, through Stripe. And also you can zell it to Hans Nation 7 at Gmail, or you could mail it to our virtual minister PO box, which is 1174 Valley Stream, New York, 1158. Through your time, we're grateful for those of us who show up consistently every week, attending, sharing the link. Like, look what happened tonight. We started with 22, and the highest I saw was 63. So we almost tripled. So praying for the ministry, inviting others. Your present matters again more than you think through your talents. Sister Tony, Dr. Tony, I reached out to her and she agreed to come and share her knowledge. So you can definitely share your talents, whether that's a gift in tech, because we need tech people on. We need music, we need prayer, we need facilitation, we need administration, we need hospitality, and we love whoever want to serve us. So Hans Bill and volunteer. So give with your heart. And you can't beat God's blessing no matter how you try. Every gift, whether it's financial, whether it's time or talent, help us to continue our mission of hope and healing and spiritual growth. So thank you for partnering with us, and thank you for giving, and thank you for believing in Han. Now it's time for Q&A. So if you have questions, please open your mic and ask the question, or you can type it in the chat. I'm going to take look in the chat and see what we have in the chat. But the quickest and easiest way to do this is to really open your mic. It makes it a lot easier for everybody. Dr. Tony is here. Her presentation was outstanding. I learned so much. So please go ahead and share your thoughts.
While people are
And
thinking, sorry, was somebody going to talk?
no, go ahead.
Okay, yes. There's something that I found out that, for example, you know how some people are switching their gender, women becoming men, men becoming, trying to become anyway. One of the things is that the men who are taking estrogen and lowering their testosterone, what they have discovered is that they become talkers. They talk more. And it happens vice versa. The women who are taking testosterone to have more male hormones, they start talking less. They have proven. So some of the times we ask the question, why do men hardly talk? You see, obviously the testosterone has something to do with it.
Okay.
That was interesting.
All right. So we were very happy to hear a lot of men engaging. I'm going to encourage you men, come on, please open the mic and ask a question of our speaker.
Or teach us something.
Yes. You know, even if you just want to share feedback with what you learned tonight, but just don't be so quiet. You know, this is a very interactive presentation. Dr. Tony was very engaging and interacting. And I'd like you to open your mic and ask a couple of questions. This is your time to ask questions.
And the
All
women
right.
are allowed to ask
I have a
questions too, right?
question.
Go ahead.
Yes, in regard to the decrease in testosterone, which leads to a decline or decrease in libido, is this psychologically also connected with desire for romantic or intimate relationships?
Well, we're gonna deal with mental health next week, but yes, it does. Because the reality is that if you have low testosterone, depending on the level, you're not going to have much of a desire for sex. And if you have a woman who is your wife who is interested, then you might not necessarily be able to satisfy her because you have lost your desire. So and psychologically for a young man who that happens to, or even let me cross out young, for a man, he might not show much interest in women either if he's experiencing this, which would make sense because men do not like to be found fault of in that area of their lives. So psychologically, it would definitely cause him to withdraw.
Well, let's strive to.
And I
Yes.
know, Daniel, that you asked that question, but you have your own thing about it, right?
Mercy.
Don't.
Have mercy, Lord. Yes,
I'm sure you know what you're talking about. You're a man who
yeah.
deal with men, right?
Oh boy.
Mhm.
Ah, hmm. Yeah, we've been in the pod for a while. It's interesting. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
But I let someone else come on.
Okay.
So if you and women, you're encouraged to also ask question since you know, gave birth to men, you're married to men, you have sons, brothers, you can ask questions as well. So don't be shy. But Dr. Tony, I want to ask a question. I know you mentioned diet has a lot to do with some of the issues that men face with testosterone. What kind of diet do you think is causing this negative impact? Like we've been hearing a lot around plant-based. Is plant-based like the be end all to fixing the issues that men are having, or is there something else?
Healthful living in general, having a good balanced diet, staying away from processed foods. They hurt you, you know? So it's like, because remember that God has put within the plants what you need to keep us healthy. And it applies right across the board. So men who are just not making sure that they have balanced diets, they're just picking up something here and picking up something there. And a lot of times I will look on some people's plate, they're like, this is about men and women, but we're talking about men. And they just have on there starch, protein. Sometimes I'm
Starch.
thinking, where are the vegetables? You know, like what time do they eat the fruits? What time do they add the vegetables? Like it's just like a lot of people, it's just, even when I am sometimes at a, what you would call it, a luncheon, and I'm looking, the bowl of vegetables always is there left standing with extra in there, and everything else is finished. You know, you can see the fruits there, something will be left, something will be, all the things that God has given us to eat, people always skip those and go to the processed food, go to mostly the starch and the protein. And I'm not saying starch and protein are bad, depending on what kind of starch and protein it is, but definitely, if the Lord has given us what we need to feed the body, then, for example, women and men who are having the natural diet that God blessed us with, they usually do not have as terrible a time with menopause or andropause like those who are not, you know? So
Very, very good.
yeah, so it's important try to make sure you have a balanced diet. And please, a balanced diet means that you include the vegetables, include the fruits, you know, just stay away from the whole lot of tin things and the white rice and men diet are usually kind of like, sometimes men eat very different from women. I'm hoping, like, usually I'm thinking that Seventh-day Adventist men may be different, but I've been to many Seventh-day Adventist luncheons and I see what I see. So I'm appealing to the men to let this not be you.
Yes. Yes, we're almost at the end, and since people don't really want to speak up tonight,
Somebody has a hand up.
somebody, Sister Vera, go right ahead, please.
Yes, good evening. That was a beautiful presentation. Thank you so much. That was really good. I wish we could get more men, and I'm glad how you engaged them. It was really good with the icebreakers and stuff. Um, I know firsthand that yeah, plant-based is very healing and it reverses disease. And I don't know, we were never really taught how to eat. So like I think it's the emphasis is on us now that we have the knowledge to really go out there and do it. And I'm sorry to sound so cynical when it comes to doctors, but it's just been my recent experience. When I went through chemotherapy, they were not trying to hear me. And until I can show them with my blood work and my blood pressure, then we had their mouth hanging open, but they didn't believe, they believed in their drugs and that's what they wanted, and they wanted to bombard me with so many at the same time. I said, how can that even be good for your liver or your kidneys? So I didn't listen, and I did well, and I amazed them, and I plan to continue to amaze them. Yeah, there are some good ones. I had better ones when I was younger, but now today it seems like a money grab. And when I put on weight, everybody's talking about GLP-1 and GLP-1. I said, I already have cancer. Why would I take something that causes cancer and cause blindness and has all these other side effects? And it's so new, you don't even know what it's going to do. But they're pushing it. And I have friends just jumping on it. They even had gastric bypass and they're still doing the GLP-1. So we haven't had a good relationship with food. Like we have to go back to the basics.
Yes.
So that's just my.
Thanks so much for sharing, Sister
Mm-hmm.
Vero.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was just looking at the names and I see a Dave Brown.
Yeah, Dave
Think
Brown
I-
is one of our health coaches here.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yes, Elder
Because I
Deb.
know
Yeah.
somebody with that name. I was just wondering
Well,
if it
I
was
don't
him.
I would assume that it's Elder Brown who is a part of the ministry. But
Okay.
I'm gonna ask the tech team to show some of the upcoming events that we have, particularly the retreat. But before they do that, I just want to say to everybody that Dr. Napier remind us that men's wellness is something that we should never postpone. It's about taking ownership of that, all of us, helping each other. We learn the importance of preventive care. We learn about knowing your numbers, staying up to date with screening. Please close your mic. Somebody close your mic. I'm hearing background noise. Know your numbers, staying up to date with screening and even vaccinations. And even though she says she's not a supporter of vaccination, but hey, if you need that, you need what you need. Understanding your family history so that you can recognize risk early. Prevention is not fear; it's about wisdom. We also walk through the simple lifestyle habits, that build up longevity, moving more, eating smarter, managing stress, letting go of harmful habits like smoking or vaping. Small, consistent changes create big change over time. The importance of sleep. Also, tonight's message from her made it very clear that taking action is strength. Making the call, speaking up, asking for help. It's not weakness, it's leadership. It's stewardship of the body that God entrusts you with. We also explore the role of testosterone, how it affects your energy, your mood, your muscle, your bone health, and your overall vitality. We learn how and when to test it, what to measure, and why morning levels matter. And we saw the common causes of low testosterone, from lifestyle factors to chronic illness to natural aging process. All the points to one truth. Men, your health is not optional. It points to one truth. Your health is not optional. Your life is not accidental. Your well being is not something to ignore or tough out. Your family needs you. Your community needs you. God needs you. He needs you strong, present. So tonight, let us commit one step, just one step towards better health, because small step done consistently leads stronger, purposeful lives. I got emotional because I lost my father and he's no longer with us.
Oh, so sorry, Sister Jackie.
Yeah,
Yes.
he had prostate cancer and he passed away about 5 years ago. May his soul rest in peace. So Dr. Napier, I know you're gonna come back next week. Do you want to say a little bit about what you will talk about next week? Part 2.
Okay, yeah. Next week, I'm looking at men's mental health. It's breaking the silence, understanding and supporting men's mental health, why it matters, and how we can make a difference. So I look forward to having the men here because mental health is one of the area that is just grossly neglected, but it needs attention. So we're going to deal with that next week.
Yeah,
So please
men's.
come
Thank
back,
you very
men.
much for your
Please
presentation.
come back.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not sure what next week, but I'll follow up as time permits. But have a good one.
Yes.
I'm going outdoors now, so have a good one.
Thank you
Yes.
Thanks
so
for that.
much
God
for
bless.
participating.
Yes. And thank you,
Yes.
men, for engaging tonight. I was very impressed to hear the men speaking for a change. But yeah, a lot of men suffer in silence, and we're seeing a trends that are not good. Men are just losing it, and they're killing their wives and the women that they marry and that they're supposed to love. So this is really unfortunate. It's like they get to a point where they snap. But again, Dr. Napier, great presentation, great engagement, amazing topic, and we were all blessed. I know that I was blessed, and I'm sure the others here tonight were blessed as well. So we look forward to welcome you back next week, and so thanks. So we are almost at the close. I just want to say that if anybody wants to talk or have prayer, we have a breakout room where you could join us. At the end, all you have to do is raise your hand, or you can look for breakout on your device, and we'll take you in there. But at this time, I'm going to ask the tech team to play the video for the upcoming retreat. If you could play that. And I think I saw Pastor Daly on. So Pastor Daly, if you want to say a little about the retreat, I welcome you to open your mic and do so at this time if you're able to talk. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
your hand. Yeah, go ahead, Pastor Daly.
Pastor Daly is not able to speak at this time, but I would just say I am so excited about this retreat. How about you, Jackie?
I am very excited too. Can't wait.
Awesome. I've been to Tranquility, and I'm telling you, it's a tranquil place. And we, in health, what we do here on this platform, Healing of the Nations, we encourage individuals to do all 8 laws. There you're going to get all 8 laws over this weekend. The fresh air, the sunshine. We're going to do prayer walks. We're going to do the trails. We're going to do aquarobics. And we have an aquarobic instructor. So it's going to be fantastic. We're going to make our own natural remedy and get a chance to take the sample home. And the great news is that after we've been promoting it, people are signing up. So I don't know about you, but it's a first come, first serve. When the rooms run out, when the space runs out, we're done. So those who are intending to go, please sign up while you can so you don't miss out. Also, those who sign up early will get the best view. We have a lake view side of the motel, so of the hotel, the resort, whatever they call it, at Tranquility. And those who sign up early will get a chance to get the lakeside view if they choose, if that's what they want. Also, we have special prizes for the top 3 individuals who bring the most people to the retreat. So it's an extra special prize. You don't want to miss this. If you invite and get the most individuals to attend, you will get one of the top 3 prizes that we have available there. One other thing is that there's a bus available. It will stop in Queens and also in Brooklyn to pick up individuals who'd like to go. When you sign up for the retreat, for an extra fee that's there on the bottom of the sign-up sheet, sign-up link, when you go all the way to the bottom, you can pay for your transportation right up front. You can even pay put a deposit down to lock in your special before the end of this month so that you don't miss out. We're looking forward to seeing all of you, plus all your family and all your friends and some frenemies too. We're going to have a really great time. Thank you so much, Jackie.
Thank you. Tech team, can you play that wonderful video of the retreat? Dr. Tony, I hope you'll join us. All right, you heard it. Scan the QR code, take a picture of what you see there. You can also look in the chat. We'll post the registration link there for you. I think Sister Marie just posted the link. So register. You want to take advantage of the early bird special. $469 all inclusive for an amazing weekend. I couldn't say it any better than Sister Daly said it. She's been there. She's speaking from experience. So I hope to see you there because I will be there. And if you want to put in the chat that you're going to come, you can type a 1. And again, like I said, we want to see you there. And on that note, we are going to wrap our program up for the evening. Let me say a word of prayer. And again, I encourage you to come out, to come out and worship with us next week. This was an amazing topic. Come again next week. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I can't say it any other way. but that this is a self-supported ministry. We rely on people like you to share the link. That's how we get people here. So when you see our link, just share it, invite a friend, invite a family member. Let us pray. Father, we thank you for the wisdom that was shared this evening and the truth that was poured out tonight through your maidservant. We thank you for every man that was represented here, every father, every son, every brother, every leader that was on tonight. I pray that you will cover them with strength, with courage, and discipline to take ownership of their health and for their purpose in this life. Lord, help us to apply what we learned tonight, to make better choices, to seek help when we need it, and to take care of our bodies. You have entrusted with us, Lord, to walk in the fullness of life you desire for us. Bless Dr. Napier and her ministry and her message. Bless every home and every family and every heart that's connected to this program. God, give us rest tonight. Give us peace, Lord, and renew our strength for the days ahead. We place our lives into your hand. In the name of Jesus, I pray. Amen. Thank you, tech team. I'm going to turn it over to you. And again, I see Chrissy's hand is raised, so please move her into the breakout room. And for anybody else who wants to join, please join us. We are here. We're there to listen to you. We're there to support you, encourage you, and also to pray for you. God bless you, and we'll see you again next week.